Jerry Simons, plant-based chef and triathlete, and welcome back. This morning I'm going to show you how to make migas. What are migas? Well, in its simplest form, migas are scrambled eggs and tortillas, typically using dry leftover tortillas that are crisped up in the pan and then scrambled with eggs. Classic Mexican style dish. There are many variations, and today I'm going to show you more of a Tex-Mex version. I thought since a lot of people can make a tofu scramble, this is just a kind of a way to jazz that up a bit. It's pretty straightforward. You don't need a lot of ingredients. Your primary ingredients is going to be your tofu or your egg substitute. I like the organic tofu from HODO. It's made in Oakland, California. Really great product. The firm tofu it's packed pretty tight, so it's for me a little more versatile since it is quite firm, and it's also not packed in much liquid. So in draining your tofu for your dish, there's actually not a lot that comes out of this, so it's really easy to work with. Second main ingredient is our corn tortilla. These are just simple, straightforward organic corn tortillas that we're going to be crisping up. And then after that, it's really whatever you like to add in. This morning, I'm going to keep it pretty straightforward. I'm going to go with tomato, jalapeno, and some white onion. We're also going to need a little bit of salsa, using some naked infusions. My buddy Chef Scott over at Crossroads is making this, and I love the extra hot. And then other than that, you're going to need what you typically add to your tofu scramble. Nutritional yeast, probably some garlic powder, turmeric, and then any other seasonings. But again, this is a quick and simple and straightforward video for pretty much everyone out there, all levels of cooking. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I've done, I've gone ahead and removed the tofu from the package, and I've drained it on a towel. Have it here. So I'm going to just set that aside, let whatever residual moisture is left in it get soaked up by that towel, and then we're going to move to now just chopping our ingredients up and getting them into the pan. So first, we're going to want to just cut the tortillas into either small strips and or smaller pieces. I like little wedges. We're going to get these right into the pan. All right, so we have our corn tortillas, medium heat, just a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then we'll kind of get them into a somewhat of a single layer if you can. So they can start to crisp. All right, now we have our tortillas crisping. We're going to add our onion to the pan and start to sweat the onion down with the tortillas. After that, we'll add the jalapeno, and then last we'll add the tomato, just because the tomato has the most amount of moisture. We want to allow the onions to sweat in the oil with the tortillas. All right, so we have our tortillas, we have our onions, we have our jalapeno, and we have our tomato added to the pan. We're going to season this with some salt and pepper, and then we're going to go back to our tofu and crumble it. You're going to take a fork and just kind of fork it and break it into smaller pieces that resemble really the size of what you would find in scrambled eggs. All right, so we have smashed our tofu down into smaller pieces. I'm actually going to end up seasoning this in the bowl. I just find it easier to season the tofu since I've already seasoned my other ingredients in the pan. I think you can kind of control the flavor of your scramble a little bit better if you season it here in the bowl. So that's broken down. The first thing we're going to add is our nutritional yeast, or nooch. So good sprinkle there. We're going to add our garlic powder. Now just a little bit of turmeric. And some sea salt. All right, so we're ready to take this and add it to our other ingredients in the pan. All right, now that we've got everything in our pan, it's just going to take a few minutes for the tofu really to heat through. We're going to add our salsa when the tofu is just about done. Depending on your level of heat that you like, you can add whatever salsa you like in there. But again, I'm putting some extra hot in. Also, this is going to help with just a little bit of the moisture level, making sure that your tofu doesn't end up too dry. And again, we don't want it too wet. That's why we've gone ahead and drained it before adding it to the pan. All right, we got our migas just about done. For garnish, I'm just going to use some sliced avocado. It's going to go on a plate. But beyond that, sky's the limit. If you like, you could also serve it with additional tortillas on the side. Essentially make a taco. For me, it's already like a deconstructed taco, so I prefer it just as kind of like as I mentioned, a jazzed up scramble. Could also serve it with some additional salsa, cashew cream, cilantro, really whatever you like. But again, I'm just keeping it simple with some sliced avocado. All right, there you go, tofu migas. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Look forward to seeing you next time.